This is the last video in this series of private equity funds. So I'm still here with our friend Joel. And what I wanted to do is okay, we talked about how to set up what a fund is, and if you want to set one up, you can go to Joel and see if that's right for you. And we talked about who invests. And now we're going to talk about if let's say I don't want to set up a fund for myself. I just want to invest my money with somebody that already has one and it's successful and it's working. So what are some of the questions that you would recommend that people would ask when they're investigating whether they should invest in a fund or not?
Well, keep in mind, you're joining somebody's team. And bottom line is that, at least for our fund, we think of them as team members. They give us the money, and then we fly around the country, buying property. So they fill up the gun with the ammo, the money's the ammo, and then we hunt. Mm-hmm. And so, if you're going to get on somebody's team, the way you have to think about it is, what's the guy's background? What's his track record? Is the person honest? Is the guy in lawsuits? Is he having all sorts of financial problems? Are these substantial people? Do they have money in the deal themselves? You want to ask these kinds of questions. You want to find out, what are the people made of that you're working with? You're going to be on these people's team for a long time.
So have they even done a deal yet?
Have they done anything?
Yeah.
Have they been out there? Do they have any experience? Mm-hmm. And then you want to find out questions for yourself, not only questions about the promoter and the guys that are running the deal, but, what's the requirement? How much money do you have to put in? How long is the money going to be there? How do you get paid? What happens?
Mm-hmm. And what kind of return should you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect? Yeah. Here's the thing. If you're going to buy a house, the one thing that people frequently forget, if you go and you buy a house and you fix it up, and let's say you sell it and you make a 20% return in 6 months. That's great, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a really great return. But let's say then it takes you 6 months to go find the next house. Mm-hmm. So now you made 20% in 12 months. You didn't make as much as you did in the first 6 months. Mm-hmm. So the long and the short is that you have holding costs, you have time, plus a lot of the money that you made probably got made because you went to Home Depot and you were swinging a hammer and you were involved in changing out some of the parts. The money didn't do the work. You did the work. You might as well go to work and get another job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got to ask the question: do you want to work for the money, or do you want the money to work for you? On a team like ours or like yours, Jack, where it's passive, the money's working for you, and that's what people want. So you want to ask the questions about how do you get involved in these things? Who are the people? How does the money work? How do you get paid? And then you got to make a decision if this thing works for you. I'll tell you this, though, they're not going to offer these opportunities at a brokerage firm, at any of the firms that you operate with, because guys like us don't pay commissions to those guys. So they just deliberately try to keep you away from these things. So because we operate lean, we don't have overhead, we don't pay salaries, the company doesn't buy us cars, we get paid the same way you get paid. We're on the same side of the table. If we win, if the money deal makes money, we all share the profits.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for following us on this little series of videos, and thank you, Joel, for sharing with us.
Well, listen, good luck, everybody.
Yep, and we'll see you guys next week. Laugh a little, learn a little, and live a little.